What is up, guys, gals, and non binary pals? My name is Naomi. Welcome to House of Miscellania. It's Tuesday night. How you guys doing? Hello to everybody in the chat joining me already. I hope that you are well. I think I'm doing all right. I think I'm doing okay. But if you are new to the channel, welcome to the channel. If you are coming back to see me, welcome back. How you doing? Let me go over my tools really quickly before I get into everything here. I have my pen from Diamond Pen. Let me turn my light on. That would help. So you can see what you're looking at here. There we go. My pen from Diamond Pen Pal. This is the Satora pen. Pretty soon, this is going to be switched out for another one. Not yet, but inside of my pen, I am using in my single placer Ghost from Diamond Painting Daily over on Etsy. And it is like, throw it. It's like a glue dot. It's a liquid that turns solid. It goes from white to clear, hence the name Ghost. And it works just like a glue dot. And look at, I got a little putty pal here, a putty holder from Creations Morin. And inside of it is some putty. That is from Putty Crockers Boutique and More. It is the eggnog scent. And the reason I decided to pick this one is because it's older. This is from like 2020, any end of 2023, I feel like. Yeah, something like that. And yes, it's eggnog, and I like that smell. So got that. And then look at this beautiful tray from BNC Creations, my trinket tray, and a lovely set of tweezers. They're gorgeous from BNC Creations over on Facebook. And the tray that I will be using is from Ephemera 3D. This is the Deep 6. Love Ephemera 3D. The release papers on my diamond painting are the Lumina. They're copyright Margaret Morales. You can get these licensed, beautiful release papers from Crafts with Crashly. And then the diamond painting that I'm working on, let me go ahead and show to you, is Beautifully Broken by Aristocady. I didn't write a start date. I forgot to, but I'm going to finish it tonight, y'all. This one is beautiful. It's a 56 by 56 centimeters in round. And as you can see, I have basically one large square left, and then it'll be all done. So we're going to finish that tonight. You like the Deep 6 or the Switch Mini Max more? I find honestly that I've been leaning more toward the Deep 6 lately. When I work on squares, though, I do like the Switch Mini Max a little more. It also kind of depends on what storage I'm using too, because there's a smaller pour spout, obviously, on the Deep 6, and so therefore it can be a little bit like depending if the spout is too large, then it doesn't fit well into certain kinds of storage. So yeah, but with squares, I like the Switch Mini Max better. But let me say hello to everybody in the chat. Hello, Josh. Hi, Kath and Paula. Hello, Heather. Hi, Diamonds and Stitches. Mystical Diamond Painter. What up? Hello, Shannon. Hi, Brenda. Patsy Putty. Hi there. I got a big old package from you today. Vicky. Hi there. Hi, Deanna and Shelby. Hi, Allison. Good evening. Yeah, so I came up with a bunch of questions, you guys. I was looking up stuff that people like frequently ask on Google, and I thought we could have some fun answering those questions either together if people are watching the live chat replay or just listening to me talking. But I I got a ridiculous package today from Patsy Putty. Hi, Elizabeth. Hello, hello. I got a ridiculous package today filled with um I don't know, like 100 putties. Now I didn't like not all my putty, but I got a bunch of putties, and so I will be excited to dig into those, especially the older ones. Looking forward to it. But it arrived. It was hefty. It was a hefty box full of putty. Hello, Kim. Kim AZ53. Happy to be here. Happy that you are here. So yeah, I got a giant. Well, okay, so to add to like my collection, because obviously my collection of putty, it's fun. But this is my current putty collection. And let's say that let's see. This all of this here is from Putty Crocker now because I didn't have but maybe a few of those earlier. We've got a Patsy putty pocket of beautiful putties. I got to make this larger too. And then randoms back here, little randos from companies. And then my butterfly effect wears putties. Yeah, we've got quite a collection of putties now in here. Woo! Pretty fun. We love it. So, anyways, what is everybody up to? What are you working on tonight? Are you diamond painting? Are you chilling? Are you like just getting home from work? What do you guys have happening? I gotta get this other release paper off. Sometimes I'll use like tweezers to get these off, but I'm always worried about like somehow damaging the laminate on the other side or like accidentally tearing them. So I'm very gentle and careful when I use tweezers to take the release papers off. Lots of fun putty. Yes. Josh, it's the best. It's the best. You know, you're a putty freak too. You understand the putty freakness. There's a certain kind of crazy that goes with somebody who collects putties, I think. Just chilling. Ooh, working on Dragon Brigade. Cool. Yeah, I think it takes a special crazy person to collect putties. But the thing is, because I'm such a hard placer, like I go through them. All right. So you would think a person who um got like the hard presser formula from Putty Crocker that you wouldn't go through it as quickly. But like this is all I have left of my one hard presser formula that I got from Putty Crocker. So I use it. Like I use it and I go through it every time I do a new square. I pull out new putty. Like I'm serious about my putties. I tell ya. You understand the putty freakness? I know you do. Working on Birch Spirit. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful. Let's see. Finished another mini dazzle. Okay, okay. Working on my Three Crazy Cats canvas, almost halfway done. Very nice. Frankenstein's Bride. That one is really cool. I look forward to seeing that one when it's done, Josh. Hold on, I gotta scooch my light a little bit because I keep tapping my head on it. There we go. Um, ooh, I'm gonna have to open another. Well, maybe. Let's see how far we get. I might have to open another bag of ABs. If I don't have to open them, I'd prefer not to because I like to just store the whole. Oh, wait, maybe I don't. Never mind. I don't have an extra bag of ABs. Perfect. That worked out well. Then I will just pull the rest out of this bag. I'm excited to see you finish that. One, because I know it's a newer canvas, so I'm interested to see what the drill field looks like on the Dreamer designs. And I love some Curtis Reich, so very, very interested to see what happens with that. Whoop. But yeah, so other than that, like I said, I've got a bunch of questions, like searches basically, that people look on Google about diamond painting. And I thought we could go through those and answer some of those questions. Some of them are, I'm not going to be able to maybe necessarily show, but I'll be able to tell. And then some of them I'll be able to tell or show, but not tell. So we'll see. Potion delivery. Ooh. Working on shell baskets. Very nice. Very nice. Now, if it keeps going interesting on my dropped frames, I may switch over to StreamYard. So again, it's giving me issues with not wanting to open the video on OBS. And so I'm kind of wondering if I shouldn't just switch to StreamYard generally anyway. I don't want to have to do that, but whenever I use StreamYard, it messes up my OBS. So I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do with that? You know, trying to live stream. I don't want to goof my live streams. I don't want to pay for StreamYard, but like I will if I have to. The only thing I'm worried about is once I get closer to my 24-hour live stream, they only let you use, I think, 24 hours for free each month. And so, yeah, I don't want to not have it to use for my live stream. Just finished Celestial Kitsune today. Ooh, very cool. Where's that from? Celestial Kitsune. That is not one I necessarily recognize the name of. And then, yeah, let me know also in the chat, like if you guys are having any issues with things like, you know, audio, visual, whatever. Should be fine, but just to be sure. Okay, so general question for you guys, that has nothing to do with Google searches. When it comes to diamond painting, obviously, okay, so not counting canvases, because obviously you collect canvases when you can, you know, whatever. But when it comes to diamond painting, besides canvases, what accessory from diamond painting do you collect the most of? Sunshine dots art. Oh, lags out every now and then, but it's not bad. Okay. Well, I'll keep an eye on that. Let me know if it does get bad, because then, like I said, I'll start a new live stream and we'll go to StreamYard because I have no issues with StreamYard. I don't know why OBS is being stupid. Just all of a sudden, it doesn't want to work correctly or whatever. Having loads of issues, not with the stream, but in general. Oh no. Oh no, Divine. Just in life, huh? But yeah, what do you collect the most of as far as accessories go for diamond painting? And I would say, well, now especially, my largest collection of things is putties. But I need the putty to diamond paint. Like I can't even express to you how quickly I go through putty and washi tape because they're consumables. Yeah. Yep. Washi tape because I put it right up to the border to prevent hairs and stuff when I start. Yeah, I usually put washi tape on. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just kind of depends on like how bad the overpour is. But yes, I completely understand. Because I do have a fairly extensive washi tape collection too. Just stuff that I've collected over time, either from like DAC kits or I bought like an Amazon bundle at one point long time ago. I think the accessories I have the most of is putty and pens. Pens, okay. Trays and pens, Kim, okay. Pen tips and putties. I have a stash of. I'd love to try one of the dynamite diamond tips. My concern is that because I am such a hard placer, is that I would just snap it like after a few uses. And, then it's like, what's the point? But eventually I plan to try one. They're not super expensive to try out. So I think if I just tried, to see maybe I can work on a six placer with that, maybe not necessarily a 10 or a 15, but putty right now, trying different kinds to learn what works best. Oh, okay. So, as far as you putty people out there, what sorts of putties are you finding are working well for you? And it's funny because what works right now in the winter in the States, anyways, we're in the winter. But if you are in the winter and you are, let's say, or you're in the summer, but you're in the southern hemisphere, obviously might be a little different story. But I find that what works in winter might not necessarily work as well in the summer. So I got to be mindful of that too. So what are your good putties that you like? What are you digging on? For me, I would say top 3 in no particular order are Putty Crocker, Patsy's Putty, and Butterfly Effect Wears. I feel like those 3 are my go-tos, which is why I have the most of those particular 3 brands in my bin. So yeah, tell me what you like. Creation's more in, but the weather just shifted from 10 to 60, so we'll see. Oh, pens and trays for diamonds and stitches, Putty Crocker and Randas, butterfly effect wears. Butterfly effect wear has been the best for me where I have scent problems. Yeah, that's a big thing too. Putty Crocker is the gold standard for me for putty. After that, I'd say butterfly effect wears and Patsy Putty. Right on, right on. Um, just got my hands on some very old Putty Crocker. And so I'm gonna see if the age of the putty makes a big difference because um pulling out an old putty from I don't know anywhere, I'm going to start writing the years like when I buy something because I also got some butterfly effect wares in the mail today and I'm going to put the date on it when it was purchased because I think that's going to make a big difference going forward is finding some of these putties that are years old will make a difference in how dry they are, which I need them to be dry as humanly possible. I have some from Pure Bliss Wax. Okay, butterfly effect wears, and then I recently started making some. Oh, so now I have a bunch of those now. Right, sure. Randas mostly. Okay, so those of you who are Randas or Creations Moren people, do you consider yourselves to be light placers? Because I've found those particular two to be way too sticky for me. And so I wonder if part of that is because I'm such a hard placer, it just becomes like chewing gum so fast. Whereas the Putty Crocker, Patsy Putty, and Butterfly Effect Wears doesn't turn into chewing gum nearly as quickly. It does eventually, but not as bad. Good idea. Gonna date all mine right now. It's a good idea. It is a good idea because I feel like the older the putty is, like, okay, so some of the ones that I received from uh well, I got them in a D-stash, but they're so old from Putty Crocker that they have written, hold on, I'll show you. A handwritten label. One of them, let's see, show you okay, like for instance, um this one is mint chocolate chip, but it's a handwritten label from Putty Crocker. And so like checking what surprised me is that some of these, my understanding is that they're so old that they like they're from like 2019 or something. Very, very old. This is the mint chocolate chip, which I find hilarious because it looks like mint chocolate chip. But it still smells very strongly and it does feel slightly drier, I think, than like a normal pad might start out as, which I find pretty interesting. The fact that it is a little drier, and this has a handwritten label, so you know that this is years old, right? And so I'm interested to see like what the difference is. I use them in the summer when my house is cold from the AC. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Sujin. Welcome. Oh, see, now I'm getting a lot of dropped frames. Kind of wondering, like I said, if I shouldn't switch over. I think I might. I think I might switch over to StreamYard. Give me just a second. We're going to pop over, guys, because I think it's just going to be better streaming quality. And then I'm just going to use streaming on StreamYard from now on. You know what I mean? Okay, hold on. I'm grabbing some information so that I can put it into the new. You can never have choppiness issues on StreamYard. Like, I don't understand what OBS does that's different, but it's interesting to me. It just makes it choppy. I don't know. I don't get it. Because it goes up and down. Like right now, it's fine. I'm a little staticky. Interesting. Okay. Hold on. We're gonna pop over, but give me a minute because I need to grab some information off of this one first. And we're gonna go like this, grab info. There we go. Yeah, I think we're gonna switch over because I don't have these issues on StreamYard ever. It's really bizarre. If I'm being honest. And I'll give you guys the link so that we can just pop over. The moment. Okay. All right, let me get you a linky link. I can find a link. And then just StreamYard. That's what we'll be doing. I don't know why it does that though. Very bizarre, very bizarre. Yeah, it keeps dropping down. Now, get you a link and we'll go over onto StreamYard. Make sure I didn't just make that private though. Okay, good. Good. Get a drink. And then get you a link. Yeah, sorry guys. I've learned my lesson. I will just do StreamYard from now on. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here's the link. Okay, I'm going to pop out of here and then I'm going to pop over to the other one. It has the same name, but there's a link for it. And I will see you guys in there momentarily. Okay, I will